Heartland Season 19 and Episode 8 opens with silence. Soft, haunting silence that hangs heavy over the familiar fields of Hudson. The morning light spills gently across the Heartland ranch. But something feels different this time. The air is still, the sky a pale gray, and the fences cast long, uneasy shadows. Amy stands alone in the field, her hand resting on Spartan's mane, her eyes fixed on something in the distance. The calm we see isn't peace. It's the moment before a storm. A single line echoes through the quiet when the past comes knocking. Will you open the door or run from it again? Amy's face tells a story without words. She's tired of pretending of fighting battles that never seem to end. Episode 8, titled The Breaking Point, begins right where Episode 7 left us, hanging with Amy. On her knees, her heart torn between holding on and letting go. But this time, it's not just about her. The trailer makes it clear something bigger is coming. The first few shots move slowly. We see Jack closing the barn door at sunrise. His expression humorful. Luz stands on the porch talking to someone over the phone, her tone sharp and urgent. And then the camera cuts back to Amy, who whispers to herself, "You can't keep falling forever." Her voice trembles slightly. That one line sets the mood for what's coming next. Suddenly, the peaceful rhythm of the trailer breaks, the screen flickers. Quick flashes of chaos, Spartan rearing up, Amy screaming a name who can't quite hear. Nathan's truck pulling up to the ranch in the dead of night. His headlights cut through the darkness like a warning sign. The background score builds low strings and distant thunder, while the narrator's voice says, "Some wounds don't heal with time. They wait for you to face them." It's been weeks since Nathan's return, but the tension between him and Amy hasn't faded. It's grown thicker, sharper almost. The trailer gives us a glimpse of a late-night standoff between them in the barn. Nathan says, quietly, "You told me to stay away, but I couldn't." Amy looks up, tears in her eyes, and replies, "Then tell me why you're really here." The silence that follows feels heavier than any dialogue could. Then the screen fades to black. Only Amy's voice remains. Sometimes falling down isn't the worst part. It's realizing you were never standing to begin with. The next sequence is fast, disjointed, and filled with questions. Lou is seen arguing with someone at the office. Papers scattered on her desk. Jack's voice overlays. "We've been through storms before, but this one feels different." The camera pans over the ranch as wind starts picking up. The weather itself turning symbolic, gray skies mirroring the turmoil brewing within the family. And then a flash. Amy riding Spartan at full speed across that field. The colors are muted, almost dreamlike. Her hair whipping in the wind. But there's panic in her eyes. Something's chasing her. Maybe not a person, but a memory she can't escape. The trailer doesn't explain it, but the emotion is palpable. A sudden cut shows her stopping the horse abruptly, breathing heavily. Spartan snorts restless. She looks around the empty field, whispering, "I know you're here." Fans are already speculating. Who is she talking to? Nathan, her own fears, or could it be a ghost from the past? Someone whose memory still lingers in these fields. Then comes the most unexpected moment. Liam's return. Theman, who once mirrored Amy's trauma, is back, but this time his presence feels darker. The trailer shows him standing by the old corral, eyes distant, hands shaking slightly. When Amy approaches, he says, "You told me falling helps you find your footing. What if I never get back up?" The camera lingers on Amy's face, and for a second, she doesn't answer because deep down she's asking herself the same. The music swells. Piano notes layered with heartbeat like drums. Quick flashes follow. Lou slamming her office door. Dex throwing his gloves on the ground in frustration. And Jack looking at an old photograph of Marion. His voice overlays. Every generation here learns the same lesson. You can't outrun the truth. And then Nathan again standing at the edge of the property, his eyes fixed on Amy from afar. The trailer gives us a single fleeting glimpse of his phone screen. It shows a message she doesn't know yet. Before we can read more, the shot cuts to black. Fans immediately caught on. What doesn't Amy know? What secret is Nathan hiding this time? Theories explode. Is it about Gracie or something even more personal? Something that could break her trust forever? The pacing slows once again. Amy is shown sitting by the fireplace late at night, alone, holding a folded letter. She hesitates before opening it, her hands trembling slightly. The camera never shows what's written, only her reaction, her eyes widening. Her lips parting as if she's just seen a ghost. The sound fades into a single whispered line. "It was never supposed to be you." The trailer doesn't explain the letter, but it doesn't need to. That one scene is enough to send a kill through fans. Whatever's written inside is going to change everything. Then the next sequence cuts to the ranch at dawn. Lou and Jack stand outside as Nathan walks toward them. Jack's expression is grim. You brought this storm with you, he says, voice heavy with disappointment. Nathan doesn't reply. He just lowers his head. Amy watches from the barn window, her face pale, her emotions unreadable. The narration shifts. Sometimes coming home means facing what you ran from. Suddenly, we see Amy saddling Spartanagan, determination in her eyes. She's not running this time. The trailer moves in slow motion as she rides toward the open fields. Her voice overlays. Steady but emotional. If a hobby to fall again to find the truth, then so be it. It's classic Heartland, the strength and softness, the core Jane breaking. Every shot, every glance, every whispered word feels charged with meaning. The editing builds toward a crescendo as scenes flash. Nathan shouting Amy's name, Lou crying. In the kitchen, Dex standing in the rain, and Jack throwing open the barn doors as thunder rolls above the ranch. The screen fades to black again, and Amy's voice returns. You think falling hurts? Try standing still. The logo appears. Heartland Season 19, Episode 8, that breaking point, but the trailer isn't done. There's one final shot. A quiet, heartbreaking moment. Amy kneels beside something or someone on the ground near the barn. Her hands are shaking, tears streaming down her face. We can't see who it is. The only sound is her whisper. Not again. Please, not again. The screen opens to the sound of rain. Steady, relentless, washing over the quiet land of Hudson. The sun hasn't risen yet, and the ranch looks almost ghostly under the gray morning light. We see Amy kneeling beside the fallen figure near the barn, her trembling hands pressed against the cold ground. The camera doesn't reveal who it is, only her. Voice breaks the silence. Please wake up, please. Then a flash of lightning. The screen cuts to black. A narrator's voice returns low and steady. In a place built on second chances. Even the strongest hearts can shatter. Next shot fades and Lou running out of the house barefoot shouting Amy's name. Jack follows close behind, his face pale with fear. The wind howls through the open fields. The trailer keeps the suspense tight, giving only fragments. Dex rushing to call for help. Lou dropping to her knees beside Amy, then Spartaning frantically in the background. The audience never sees who's hurt. It's the mystery that drives then the screen flashes. The title card again, Heartland. The breaking point. The music shifts. Soft piano undercut by a haunting violin. We see Amy standing by the barn window later that day. Her clothes damp from the storm. Her eyes are hollow. Her reflection fractured against the glass. Lou walks in quietly bend her. You can't blame yourself for this, she says softly. But Amy doesn't reply. She just whispers. It's happening again, Lou. Every time I try to move forward, something pulls me back. That one line hits like thunder. The trailer cuts quickly. Nathan's standing outside the hospital, rain dripping from his jacket. He's staring at his phone, replaying a voice message from Amy. Don't come here. Not now. His expression tightens. Guilt, fear, and something deeper flicker in his eyes. He turns away, running a hand through his hair, muttering to himself. You don't get to choose when the truth finds you. The narration overlays again. Secrets have roots, and in Hudson, they always find their way to the surface. The next few shots are snapshots of aftermath. Jack repairing a broken fence post-insolence. Lou sorting through bills, the weight of financial strain pressing down again. Dex standing near the paddock, guilt written all over his face as he watches Spartan pacing nervously. Something happened last night. Something none of them are ready to talk about yet. Then comes a quiet, but emotional. Amy sitting alone in the loft holding the letter she found earlier in episode 7. The one she couldn't read before. This time she opens it. Her voice narrates as the camera zooms and her hands tighten around the paper. What's coming? She whispers to herself. The trailer doesn't reveal who the letter is from, but the tone suggests it's Nathan, or maybe somebody connected to him. Then a flashback, quick, distorted, dreamlike. Amy riding through the fields, laughter echoing, the sky bright and blue. Then suddenly darkness. A scream, a fall, the imagery feels symbolic. A memory trying to force her face, the narration deepens. Sometimes the hardest truths aren't the honest we hide from others. They're the ones we bury inside ourselves. Cut to Nathan. He's in his truck, parked outside a remote cabin. His hands are shaking as he dials a number. A voice whispers. Calm but cold. You weren't supposed to go back there. Nathan snaps. I didn't have a choice. She deserves to know. The voice replies. If she finds out everything, we're done. The call ends abruptly, and Nathan slams his fist against the steering wheel. The mystery deepens. What truth is so dangerous that it could destroy everything? The trailer moves like a heartbeat, slow, then suddenly fast. Lou and Jack arguing in the kitchen. We can't keep pretending we're fine, Lou says. Jack's reply cuts deep. That girl's carrying more than her share already. The pain in his voice reveals more than he means to Jack. Seen Amy break before, and this time heifers she won't recover. Then we see Dex, drenched in rain, standing in front of Jack's truck headlights. His voice cracks. I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt. Jack's expression hardens. Meaning doesn't change what's done. That exchange alone sends a chill. It hints Dex might be involved in whatever happened at the barn. The trailer slows again, focusing on Amy's face. She's in the paddock brushing Spartan, but her movements are mechanical. Her voice overlays. I thought healing meant forgetting, but maybe it means remembering without breaking. The piano swells as the camera pans across the familiar landmarks of Heartland, Lou's office, the round pen, Jack's porch, the old oak tree. But this time, everything feels heavier. The color grading is cooler. The sky's dimmer, as if Hudson itself senses the shift. Then Nathan returns. The trailer cuts to him stepping out of his truck at the ranch. Lou intercepts him, anger blazing. You had your chance to stay gone, she says sharply. Nathan looks down, voice low. I didn't come back for me. Lou replies coldly. Then leave before you break her again. The tension is electric. A flash shows Amy walking toward them from barn. She's heard everything. He's not the only one keeping secrets, she says quietly. The music drops to silence. That single line turns the entire trailer on its head. Fans freeze, trying to decode what she means. Has Amy been hiding something too? Then in a soft voice over, Amy says, you can't fix what you don't face. Quick flashes follow. Dex training with a wild horse again. His determination raw and desperate. Lou's standing alone by the window, staring at the rain. Jack visiting Marion's grave, whispering, tell me how to help her. It's deeply emotional. Connecting every story Lanito one central theme, a healing through pain. And then the shock moment of that trailer. Amy opens a wooden box under her bed. Inside there's a small silver necklace and an old photograph. Her, Nathan, and a young girl with dark curls. Fans gasp at the reveal. Who is the child? The image fades before any answers come, but the implication is powerful. The secrets from Nathan's past are not just about the ranch. They're personal. The music crescendos, soft piano giving way to storm-like drums. The narrator returns. When love is built on secrets, truth becomes the storm. We see Amy confronting Nathan near the corral at dusk. Rain drips from the brim of his hat as he says, you don't understand. Amy shouts back, then make me understand. Her voice breaks mid-sentence. He steps forward, his tone almost pleading. If I tell you everything, you'll never forgive me. The camera zooms close to her face, tears mixing with rain. You already took that choice from me, she says. The screen fades to black. Silence, then a faint voice Jack's, overlapping the darkness. Every storm passes Amy, but not I'll leave the ground the same. The next montage moves fast. Lou frantically searching through papers. Dex collapsing by the horse, exhausted but determined. Nathan driving away, only tossed up as Amy's voice echoes in his mind. Running doesn't make it easier. The storm intensifies outside the ranch. The lightning flash reveals the broken fence. Spartan pacing anxiously, and Amma standing in the rain with her head bowed. The music slows again, gentle piano returning. She says softly, almost a whisper, maybe falling again is the only way to stand for real. Then the title appears once more. Heartland Season 19, Episode 8, The Breaking Point. But as always, Heartland trailers end with one last emotional punch. The final scene shows Amy walking toward the barn in slow motion, rainwater glistening on her hair. She opens the door and gasps. The camera doesn't reveal what she sees. All we hear is her whisper. It can't be. The trailer opens with silence. Only Thewin sweeps across the Hudson fields, rustling the tall grass as the first faint light of dawn glimmers over Heartland Ranch. Amy is alone again, walking toward the round pen. Her boots sink into the damp earth, each step heavy with thought. The camera lingers on her face, a mixture of fear, determination, and exhaustion. Every decision she has made, every moment of heartbreak she has endured has led her here. And yet she knows the storm is far from over. The narration begins soft yet chilling. Sometimes the past doesn't stay buried. Sometimes it rises when you least expect it. And when it does, you can't run anymore. Quick flashes follow. Nathan driving down a rain-soaked country road, his eyes haunted. Lupusing through the kitchen, her worry palpable. Jack standing alone near the paddock, staring into the distance as if already knows what is coming. The music swells, slow strings interwoven with a deep drum beat, each note syncing with the pulse of tension. Amy reaches the round pen and begins grooming Spartan. Her hands are steady, but her eyes dart toward the barn. She senses something. The camera cuts to Nathan standing in the shadow of the barn's doorway watching. There is no dialogue, only the intensity of his gaze and the subtle rise and fall of his chest. Every second is a battle of restraint, of emotion barely held in check. Then commence a whisper over the soft piano. "You can't keep hiding from it, Amy." Her voice, barely audible, responds, "I'm not hiding. I'm surviving." The irony isn't lost. This episode promises to push Amy beyond survival, beyond endurance, toward revelation. The trailer then introduces a new layer of suspense. We see Dex in the field attempting to train a wild horse he has been struggling with since episode 7. His movements are tense, almost frantic. He drops the reins, his frustration spilling over. Jack appears silently behind him, voice low but firm. "You can't control trust with fear, Dex. You have to earn it every time." The words are heavy, almost symbolic of what every character is about to face. The focus shifts to Lou, whose subplot suddenly takes a darker turn. Papers are scattered across her desk. Her phone rings incessantly. A worried glance at the screen reveals missed calls and urgent texts. She mutters to herself, "If this leaks, it could ruin everything." Fans immediately sense tension. The ranch's financial stability is at stake, and Amy's personal struggles are beginning to intersect with larger consequences. A sudden cut brings Nathan into the frame. He's standing near the old oak tree, silhouetted against a stormy sky. The camera slowly zooms in on his hands, clutching an envelope, aged and weathered. He opens it carefully. Inside, we see glimpses of photographs, letters, and notes that are intentionally blurred, teasing Thudians. The narration overlays. Some truths are buried for a reason, but when they surface, nothing is ever the same again. Then the trailer dives into a high-emotion montage. Amy training Spartan, her movements fluid, but her eyes betraying tension. Nathan pacing near the barn, voice low as he mutters, "She doesn't know yet, but she will." Luke clenching her fist. Jack gripping the locket of Marion in his hand, and X kneeling beside the wild horse, whispering in a tone equal parts hope and desperation, "You've got to trust him." A flashback sequence follows, brief but impactful. Amy, younger and braver, rides through the golden fields of Hudson, carefree laughter echoing in the wind. The scene is quickly shattered by flash of darkness, the fall, the panic, the scream. The imagery mirrors the emotional stakes of episode 8. The past, it seems, is not done with Amy. The next scene is intense, a nighttime confrontation. Amy is in the barn, dim-lit, cleaning Spartan's tech. Nathan enters quietly, and their eyes meet. The air is taut with unspoken words. Amy's voice is trembling, but strong. "Why are you really here, Nathan? Is this about me or something else?" Nathan pauses, Hishin hovering over the barn door before replying softly, "It's always been about both." The tension escalates with subtle clues. A shadow moves past the barn window, barely seen, but enough to hint at someone or something lurking. Dex's subplot mirrors this emotional echo. High scene pacing, restless, unsure if he has the strength to prove himself after the fallout of his reckless actions. That trailer juxtaposes his journey with Amy's, highlighting the theme of rising after a fall. Not just physically, but emotionally. Then comes the most mysterious element of the trailer, the photograph of the young girl. The camera opens slowly over Amy's hands holding it, her eyes wide with shock. The child has dark curls, her face familiar yet enigmatic. The music drops, replaced by a single note, sharp, lingering, and ominous. Amy whispers almost to herself, "Who are you?" The screen cuts to Nathan in his truck, hands shaking as he dials the number. His whispered conversation is chilling. She doesn't know yet, but she will, and it can't be stopped. The trailer doesn't reveal the other voice on the line, only a soft hiss in the background. Fans are left questioning, what truth is Nathan hiding? Is it Tito Gracie, or is it something deeper? Something that challenges everything Amy thought she knew. The trailer shifts focus to Jack. He stands in the paddock holding Marion's locket, eyes downcast. The camera lingers on him as the narrator intones, "The strongest hearts carry the heaviest burdens." The symbolism is clear. Jack's wisdom gained through years of falling, and rising becomes a guidepost for the younger generation, Amy and Dex. Next, that trailer flashes to a moment of heartbreak.